I would now like to shift the conversation to some of the questions that our Sports Mvt online community sent through to us. And I'd like to start off with this one from 𝗀𝗃𝗋. 𝗀𝗃𝗋 simply asks, what are the ups and downs of being a learner athlete, specifically at a high school level?
Okay, this might get me into trouble. As well, people that know me personally, they definitely know that I didn't not really enjoy school, but I just went to school so that I can go to hockey practice and I can be on the field. Not go to school to actually work or whatever, which I had to do, unfortunately. But I definitely enjoy school more because of hockey, you know? Like for me, I would be at school and I'll be so stressed or whatever, and be so moody. But once you get out of school, I'm in my hockey gear and I'm going to the hockey field. I've got so much energy. I'm alive. I've got so much to talk about, and I just feel free on the astro. But it definitely was challenging to kind of like balance the both, because I remember 2019 was a busy year for me, hockey-wise also, and it was also my matric year. So it was quite difficult to kind of balance all of that, going to Spain, come back because it was June, and yeah, June exams, and it's just quite a lot, to be honest. But what I did was I put hockey at a much higher scale, because that was what made me happy, and that was my go-to thing. So yeah, I definitely put hockey before my studies, 100%.
Nothing wrong with that, as long as you got through school and now you're moving one step closer to becoming a professional hockey player. So that's completely understandable. 𝗀𝗃𝗋𝗋 sent through this question and she talks about mental health. Why is mental health such an important part of your life on and off the turf?
If you're not mentally strong, I think anything can break you, whether it be on the field or off the field. So having mental toughness as an athlete is quite important, because I mean, you're going to get some backlash, you're going to get some negative comments, you're going to get some people talking, saying that, is she good enough, does she deserve to be here? You just have to, at the end of the day, believe in yourself and toughen your mindset and everything. So off the field, I'm not too much of an emotional person, not too much of a thinker, don't think too much into a few things, because I know myself, I know who I am and what I want in life, and I'll do anything and everything to get to that point. Okay, whether or not people are saying good things about it or bad things about it, I actually just don't care, because it's my life. And I think that's what makes me a little bit different, because I simply just don't care. Even if people are talking smack on the side of the field, oh no, she's not good enough, or this and ever, I don't care. I let my talent speak for itself. So that's just how I am. People see it as arrogant. I just think it's confidence. So that's just where I'm at with that.
And I fully agree with you. That is confidence, and sometimes a lot of the outside voices become distractions. So I absolutely love the attitude that you have. Let's tackle this question from Megan. Megan talks about your family and friends. How important is their support to you as an athlete?
Don't think I have friends. I've got hockey friends. And I said it with full confidence, and I said it to all the people as well. Like, I only have like one good friend that I grew up with, and she's like the only proper friend that I actually have that's my age. Okay. And then family, don't even know where to start. They are my biggest support system, honestly speaking. So for me, if I can do anything that will help them and make them happy, 100% do it. And friendship-wise, like I said, don't have friends, which is not a problem, because my family are my friends. I've got hockey friends, and they absolutely beautiful people. I've got my club girls, I've got my under-21 ladies, I've even got my girls that I coach at Clarendon. They also play a big role in my life at the moment, because they look up to me so much. So for me, I think obviously having friends that are supportive in whatever you do, you'll never go wrong with that. And obviously my family they have seen me go through it all. They've seen me where I started, where I was going, and where I am going at the moment. So for them, my progress is like a highlight to them as well, because they brought me up. They've kind of shaped and molded me into the person that I am today. So if I can make them proud, that's all I care about.
Sure,
Honestly.
absolutely beautiful. I love that. I absolutely love that. Kayla sent through this question and she talks about what makes the SPAR Eastern Cape Schoolgirls Hockey Challenge so unique.
It might not even unique, it's just that we want to make our school the top school. So if you win that tournament, you're like, okay, listen, our school is the top school. Like, we beat you guys, so our school is the best, you know. But it makes it so fun to obviously play competitive hockey, but to play against like your friends a bit. Because sorry, I remember when I was still in school and I was playing, I played against Hudson. That was always the clash. Clarendon and Hudson That was always the clash. So I played with a few Hudson girls. I played club hockey with them. But then when it comes to school, we're like enemies. We're like, okay, this is it now. Let's see who's the best, who's the greatest. Let's see. So it's always fun to kind of have that healthy competition within the teams, you know. And obviously it does open a few doors for you, because once you get like recognized from like a few people and you start getting spoken about, people will come and watch you and see, and then you get scholarships and stuff. So it's quite good. It's great.
Nice. Let's talk about 2019. I mean, in 2019, you spoke about Clarendon, the first team that you played hockey for, but there was also a very special moment in 2019 where you reached 150 caps playing for them. Tell us about how special was that moment, because achieving 150 caps is no small task.
It's not, and I think it was definitely more than 150, to be honest. But obviously that for me, I think was the highlight of my high school career. Just to have that amount of experience and going to like the major tournaments, St. Mary's, all girls, top 12. So I think my school hockey career obviously opened so many doors for me. And like 2019 specifically was one of the best years I've had in my whole hockey career. Sure, 150 caps, for school. Jeez, that's a lot of games. That is a lot of games. And it was just beautiful to kind of share a moment with a few special ladies that have been with me throughout my journey. So, and for my family to obviously witness that and see how far I've gone, and like for the school, and it's just a beautiful moment, honestly speaking. And to share that with Auntie Cheryl, which is my coach, to share that moment with her, because I started with her, so I ended my career with her, and for her to give me that 150 caps, it was quite beautiful.
Oh, absolutely beautiful story there. This question comes through from 𝗀cie, and 𝗀cie talks about 2019 as well. As you've mentioned now, it has been a phenomenal year for you, a year that you'll never forget. But he talks about how did it feel being named Young Player of the Tournament in the 2019 Premier Hockey League?
I was like, oh, it's about time. Whew, it's about time. Because, no, seriously, because like, we always wanted to get like at least one of our players to get like player of the match, so we can get some money benefits, you know, and have something to look forward to. So we always went out playing our hearts out, and it was just so devastating to not get any of those awards throughout the PHL tournament from 2016 to 2019. I was like, yo, can I get something at least, you know? So to get junior player of the tournament, I was like, yo, finally something. What a way to end off my PHL career. What a way. I was like so stoked, because I was like second for top goal scorers, and I was like, yo, I missed that with like 2 goals, I think, because 𝗀cie got top goal scorer, and I was like, yo, I miss that. What else do they have for me? You know?
Mm.
And when I heard that, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, hectic. Because I think that was the first time that they handed out a junior player of the tournament. I think. I don't know. But yeah, I was quite happy to at least leave with something.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. This last question comes through from Nikki. And Nikki simply says, what words of gratitude and thanks do you have for your high school as you now head to the Women's Hockey Junior World Cup?
I've got so many people to actually thank at that school. When I started at Clarendon, our headmistress, Mrs. Rose, she while so many people at school were so scared of her because she was so strict and so like prim and proper, everything has to be perfect. And I get me coming from a colored school, a boys and girls school, going to an all girls school. I was a bit of like a loose cannon, if I can say. Didn't really like understand what's happening, didn't follow the rules as much. So I was like very, very wild. And she let me be free. She let me express myself. She let me be me, you know. And that's what some people that don't understand, because for them she was like so strict. And I would just like to say thank you to her as well for like letting me be me. Because I was not the well-behaved student at school, as most people would know. But I think she was just happy to like get someone different, to kind of like change the school's dynamic a bit, and obviously greater the hockey and whatever. So that was great. And then my coach, obviously, she believed in me a lot more than what she probably should have. Because she was just like, B, you got this, man. I'd be like, but do I? Like, I would have like doubted myself a bit, you know. And then she would be like, of course, man. Have you seen me play? And so I started playing first team in grade 8 already, and that wasn't allowed at school. So then they were like, oh, but why does she always get everything right? And I was like, I actually don't know, you know. So for them to allow me to do that, it was great, because I got to experience tough competition at like a young age, you know, going to the St. Mary's when I'm like 14, 15, you know, and people are like 16, 17 in matric and everything. So it was quite nice. And having like a good group of players to play with, that was also fun. And not being the only talented one in your team, you know, where you feel like you're the star, you have to do everything. It wasn't like that. You know, we were all kind of equal in our all different positions. So I definitely enjoy school hockey more, but especially 2019, especially.
Sure. Absolutely beautiful. Bianca Wood, I would simply like to thank you so much for joining us on the Sports Mvt Insider. Thank you for being such a phenomenal brand ambassador for the sport of South African hockey. And of course, we are wishing you all the best at the Women's Hockey Junior World Cup that's around the corner. I'm certain that you ladies will bring back that gold medal. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me. This was quite nice.
Fantastic.
You're locked on to the Sport Mvt Insider, a podcast for unrelenting coverage of women in sport. Thank you so much for joining me this week. I absolutely loved diving deeper into the journeys of our athletes, coaches, and administrators to get to know them a little bit better than we do. Coming up next week, we bring you another athlete, coach, or administrator, and she shares her incredible and inspiring journey with us. Keep it locked onto Sport Mvt, where we celebrate women in sport.